I think I'm gonna try an Ommegang Rare Vos. I've never had a Rare Vos.
Rory, could we grab a couple beers? I'm gonna grab an old speckled hen.
I'll have an Ommegang.
All
Thanks,
right.
man.
I've never had an old speckled
You
hen.
haven't?
No.
Yeah, it's a delicious beer. Cheers, bro.
Cheers. Thanks for coming by, Josh.
Thanks for having me.
So let's talk about the Unnamed.
All right.
A lot of people are writing about it, a lot of the reviews. What is this book about? You know, what is he trying to say? I read it. It's pretty much about a guy who compulsively walks. Would I be wrong?
I think that's the exact answer.
That's what it's about?
That's the answer that I'd like to hear, yeah.
Okay.
That's precisely the answer I'd like to hear. I think that the automatic leap that some people have made to a metaphorical reading ignores the careful attention that I tried to take to make sure that this was a book primarily about a disease, and that disease was about a man who compulsively walked because his body made him do so. You're
really interested in behavioral idiosyncrasies. I mean, why are f***ed up people such great characters?
Well, f***ed up people are pretty cool people, you know? And you know, another thing that helps is if you're born into a family of f***ed up people. That's very helpful as well.
There's a lot of us.
Are you born from a f***ed up family?
You know, if my mom's watching this, you know, I don't want to say yes or no on there.
My mother, if she were here, would be the first one to admit she's f***ed up, and she'd use the words f***ed up. She hasn't shied away from profanity since I was 13.
Yeah. I grew up in that kind of household too.
Right?
Like I learned all my profanity from my mom.
I'll tell you a story that I really I give my mom a lot of credit for. When I started writing pretty young, and I was writing really, like really action adventure type of stuff. And I thought, well, the only real way to make this real and to really convey a sense of reality to my vast readership is to put a curse word in there. So I asked her, would it be okay if I could use a curse word? Because I was kind of scared of, you're really scared. You remember as a 7 or 8 year old how scared you are?
Yeah, there were powerful words.
There were very powerful words.
What curse word was it?
It was probably just damn or shit or hell.
So what did your mom say?
Essentially she said, as long as it's in the service of the story. It was enormously
That's great
mature.
advice.
Yeah, it was enormously mature.
People are asking, why isn't the Unnamed more like Then We Came to the End? I mean, what do you tell someone where they're like, well, why isn't this like what I came to know you with?
I think this was much more demanding on me. It was certainly much more demanding on me. The kind of reader that liked Then We Came to the End is also capable of sticking with a more demanding, emotionally trying book.
The last question we always ask in Drinks with Writers, who's your favorite hard drinking writer?
Probably the fact that, I grew up in Key West. My favorite one would have to be Hemingway. The Sun Also Rises is just a big bender,
Yeah. Do you drink while you're writing?
Sometimes I write when I'm drinking.